Hello everybody. Now today is going to be a different kind of video. This will be a Michael Afton from Five Nights at Freddy's versus N from Pokemon. Now what I mean by that is not exactly in a battle or a fight. It's whose skills are better. Like I'll be ranking their intelligence, speed, power, and etc. So basically which skills outweigh the other. So I'm going to be starting with intelligence, because that one's a really tricky one because they're both really intelligent people. They're both really intelligent characters, but they both are really similar, have very similar circumstances. But let's start with Michael Afton. Now, Michael Afton is really intelligent. He's great at handling technology, and also he's very capable of surviving the animatronics, knowing how to do it. Mainly, like, he thinks about what he needs to do. He knows how to handle their mechanics. And he's also just really, really great at knowing how to handle these sort of circumstances. N is also really intelligent. He knows how to communicate with Pokemon and understand their feelings. So he's a bit more emotionally intelligent as well as a high IQ. So he understands the feelings of Pokemon and he loves to get to know them. He also tries to understand other trainers as well, even though he is going through the goal to separate people on Pokemon. He does try and make efforts to understand, and also, he does have a very high IQ as well. Apparently, according to some of the creators, he does have a very high IQ, so that would make him really intelligent. But he used his capabilities to enhance his goal, and he just seems like a really smart person in general. Although we're not counting any of his Pokemon as part of his rankings, so it's just N completely on his own. But as a person, he is rather intelligent. He did get manipulated by Getsus, but you can't really hold that against him, because it wasn't really his fault. He was raised to be that way. So, and when he found out he was used, he immediately abandoned all of that philosophy that Getsus put into him to create a better world. And he actually does, like, do a lot of good as well. He goes around the world, probably trying to make the world a better place for both people and Pokemon. And now Michael, he's done a lot of good with his intelligence as well. Like, he uses his intellect and intelligence to overcome the animatronics and help Henry Emily. I don't know, I feel like, though, the honour of intelligence, like the higher intelligence, would have to go to N, because N has actually got a high IQ, he's intelligent, he can understand, he can communicate with Pokemon as well as people. So he has a bit more higher intelligence. He did get manipulated by Getsus, but because he was raised by Getsus, you can't really hold that against him. He didn't find out everything until it was kind of too late, but fortunately and luckily the player stopped Getsus. And also he also was like there on time to save the player in the sequel before Getsus could use Kirim to destroy the player. Michael Afton is really intelligent as well, but unfortunately he did get tricked by Circus Baby, so that would dock him a few points because Circus Baby unfortunately scooped Michael, so I feel like Michael should have kind of seen that coming, really. Especially after seeing those two technicians, I feel like he really should have seen that coming. So we're going to have to dock him a few points on intelligence. So the honour of intelligence goes to N. Now on to strength. Now, I feel like that's an easy one. Okay, in the anime, N is actually pretty athletic. He actually jumps really high and can move really fast, but that's for the speed category. But he's not really shown to be strong. There is no evidence in physical strength in N, so the honour will obviously have to go to Michael for strength. Overcoming animatronics, and also using any strength he has to fight against the animatronics if he had to, or run. And also, in like the survival logbook, it says that he takes self-defense courses. Yes, he does get scooped and therefore his body rotted away, but I feel like he still has strength inside him because of the remnant. So if Spring Chat can be powerful, so can Michael. So I feel like Michael is in the honour of strength. So now we go on to speed. This one's pretty tricky because they're both in their own right pretty fast, but I don't know if we can count N with like how fast he travels around the region because he could use Pokemon for that, and we can't count any Pokemon power. So it's got to be N completely on his own. In the anime, he's actually shown to be pretty fast. He's a very quick reactor. In episode 20, when a Haxorus is rampaging through the city, Iris is about to be attacked by the Haxorus, and N pushes her out the way just in time. So that shows to be he's very fast to react. He's a quick reactor. And also in episode 23, where they go to the White Ruins, where he's in the White Ruins, he's actually shown to be to like jump really high distances and also just very like almost like really high. I've actually seen that. So that's pretty cool. So he knows how to jump really high and he's really fast and he's faster than Ash. But that might be because he has a bit of a head start. But so he is a bit of a fast character. In the games, there is no evidence to show that he's fast apart from the way he talks. But this is about physical speed. So he does speak really fast in like the video games. I think it's supposed to represent that he's a bit more awkward in the games, but he's not really that speedy in like the games because that could be his Pokemon carrying him to different areas of the region. In the anime, he's pretty fast. But let's go to Michael. Now, Michael is a very quick reactor. In multiple games, it's shown that he's be able to react very quickly. And in one of the survival logbook readings, he's written down that as ways he likes to exercise is he likes to run really fast as well as take self-defense courses. So he can run really fast in like enclosed spaces. Also react very quickly to different animatronics and use different mechanics to survive them. So I feel like both are speedy, but I feel like the owner of speed will have to go to Michael because he's a quick reactor and he actually in the video games and in other media of 5 Nights at Freddy's he's shown to react very quickly and be very fast. And in the survival logbooks, it shows that he's a very fast person and he likes to run as a way of exercise. So I feel like the honour of speed will go to Michael. Now we go on to durability and endurance. Now this is a bit of a tricky one for both of them. I don't know. N can endure a lot, like emotionally. He actually probably handles it really well. Like he really does handle gets his cruelty and he tries to stop him. But Michael, on the other hand, did die, but he came back to life in sort of a sense and carried on working in the pizzerias and surviving really hostile animatronics. So I feel like endurance N has a lot more. I feel like N has a lot more durability and capability of endurance because he can endure lots of difficult things and still overcome it. I feel like durability and endurance, this is a bit tricky, but I'll go for both of them. I think they both have really great endurance and durability because I feel like they both handle things really well and they both come out on top and they both help their respected other characters overcome things. So I feel like I'll have to give them both durability and endurance. And now we go on to power, abilities, and skills. Okay, this is another tricky one because they're both very powerful people as well as capable of lots of abilities and they have lots of skills. Okay, let's go to N first. Well, his obvious skill is to communicate with Pokemon and befriend Pokemon. That's a pretty powerful thing to have, like being able to communicate with and talk to Pokemon to the point where they would defend him. So he has the power to have lots of positive relationships with Pokemon to the point where they would defend him. But his skills in battle are pretty good. We're not counting any Pokemon power, so it's just N's abilities with Pokemon, I suppose, with what he could do in his respective game or anime. So I feel like he does actually have quite a lot of power. He has a lot of he actually is capable of controlling power as well, like Reshiram or Zekrom, and also other Pokemon as well. So I feel like, yep, he's pretty powerful and he has lots of skills and abilities. Like he's also like he has a really great ability. He has like mathematics skills apparently. It's never really shown, but I think one of the creators did mention that he is sort of a high IQ mathematician. So I feel like he'd be loving maths and be really good at it. So that's a pretty good skill to have. And he's not. I don't think he has any technology skills, but he's got lots of power, and he's also like meant to be the king of Team Plasma. So that's pretty powerful. Let's look at Michael now. Okay, he doesn't have any high power like N does. Like with being the king of Team Plasma. His father does own the pizzerias, well, partly own the pizzerias, so technically he's like the heir to that, I suppose. Like, and he helps out in the pizzerias, but his power is mainly his basically like his technology and skills of handling the animatronics. But we've already discussed that in the previous categories. So I think the power has to go to N because of his ability to communicate with Pokemon, his ability to communicate with Reshiram and get Reshiram to battle for him, and also to team up with Reshiram as well. Basically, like handle legendary creatures essentially. So I feel like the power category goes to N. And now our final category, potential. Well, they're both really great characters. Michael is a solid character. He has development, growth, and also he's kind of a hero in a way. Like, showing really great character growth and also helping overcome the animatronics. But I think the potential category, the honor has to go to N. Because he does like overcome his like his foster father gets his manipulation and cruelty, and also he strives to be better and understand people and Pokemon more. And he also says that his world quietly grows bigger all the time, and he also has great potential to make the entire world a better place. And also, in the first game, he technically was sort of a champion because he defeated Alder. Although he doesn't really take the title, he is technically a champion for defeating the Unova champion. So he has the Michael did like have like great potential, like not world changing like N though. That's what docks him a few points because he's not exactly out to change the world like N is. He's just trying to fix his father's mistakes and overcome the animatronics. And also, sadly, in like Five Nights at Freddy's 6, where he helps Henry Emily, he does sadly die for real in the fire, so his character can't really go any further. But N is still alive, and he has like and he has the ability to be with Pokemon, and also he wants to use that ability to Pokemon for the greater good of the world, so both people and Pokemon can live together happily in a more ethical way as well, because that's what he strives for. He wants Pokemon and people in the entire world, not just the Unova region, the whole world, to live peacefully and happier. So I feel like the potential is going to N. So the winner of this Michael Afton versus N video is N. He got more points. He got so basically he does actually, I feel like N would probably come out on top over Michael Afton because of his character growth, his development, his skills, his power, potential, and intelligence. So N is the winner of this video. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I did miss out a few things, or because this was my first character versus character video. I might do more of these at some point, I'm not sure, but I did kind of enjoy doing this one. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye for now.